Hey guys, I wanted to do a video because kind of as an update. I haven't really been in collecting for a while. I've been kind of going through some stuff with my life that's kind of kept me out of knives and everything to do with those, and I'm kind of off the forums and just kind of out of the loop. But I've recently kind of gotten back into it a little bit. Not as much as I would like to. I had to sell off pretty much everything I had. I don't have a whole lot of. I don't have a huge collection. Whatever I did typically have, I would buy, sell, trade. Just to get different experiences with different things. I've got a couple here that I want to kind of go over. I'll start with one, and this is primarily just a kind of an overview, just some thoughts on the knife. Everybody and their mom's already seen it and done it, so I won't go into too depth. But so this is a. Can anybody guess? Yeah, I know. It's a Spyderco Brad Southard flipper. I actually don't even know what the model number is. Actually, just call it the Southard. Anyway, there's a lot of controversy behind this knife. I won't call it controversy, but it's, how do you say it? A lot of people really like it for good reasons, and a lot of people don't like it. I'm definitely in the former camp. I've had a couple of these, and now that I've kind of decided that I wanted to pick up a couple of knives, I decided to pick one of these up. I got one for a decent price. It was used. And figured I'd give it a shot again and get something nice to carry around. So what do I like, what do I not like? Well, first off, if you are trained, or if you've seen one of these before, if you've got a trained eye, you'll notice the clip looks a little different. On mine, the clip goes and has a kind of a circular pattern, where the standard one, let's see if I can get something, a pointer here. The standard one goes all the way up and kind of around, so it actually comes all the way out to here, whereas mine is cut off right here. Now, I didn't do that. That came from the previous owner. He also rounded off the tip here. If you'll recognize, most of them have a kind of a pointier tip here, but this has been rounded off. That takes care of one of the major problems that people have with this, is that the pocket clip will actually punch a hole through your jeans, because it actually flattens out a little bit more and then gets kind of pointy. I actually had it happen once, but it's really no big deal. The clip is super tight though. I mean, if you can see, I'm pulling as hard as I can with my fingernail, and I can't get it to raise up. I gotta use a decent amount of force to even get it to budge, but it's tight. It's really tight, dented my finger. But so that's like one of the gripes, and one of the things that has already been fixed on this. Another one is the cutout right here. They use kind of like a ball-shaped cutout, and you can see it there. And what I did is I took the Dremel and I shaved down the corner of that, so it's kind of stepped more. That's helped a little bit. It's not as sharp right there. It just helps you access it a little more. I've been planning on taking a Dremel to this thing and cutting a bigger cutout here for the thumb hole access, as well as putting some grooves in it, just because, why not? But I may just either make a new scale or get a new scale made, and then leave this one as a, in case I decide to sell it or something. I hope I don't have to. I hope I can keep it, but you know how it is. Additionally, they also took out the lanyard hole, so the lanyard ring is no longer there. He gave it to me in case I wanted to put it back in, but I don't really want to. So what do I like about this knife? So there's a couple of reasons that this thing is so popular. One of which is the size and the shape and the amount of knife that you get for your money, so to speak. I have something else to compare it to, and maybe I'll do another video of this. But so the knife itself, I'll bring out something else to compare it to. This is a military. Now it's a sprint run military, but you get the idea. So look at the size difference here. I mean, look how much smaller the Southard is, both in length and in overall footprint. If I lay them on top of each other, look at that. However, if you open them both up, look at the cutting edge. You get almost as much cutting edge out of the Southard. It's so close, it's almost, you know, almost argumentative to say it's not as much, but it's almost as much cutting edge out of this knife as you do the military. Now, I know that the military was designed to have a big beefy handle, and that's kind of an unfair comparison because when the military has a bad handle to knife or handle to blade length ratio, but it just shows off how good the Southard is. Another example. So see how, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but you can kind of see how far this tip is from the end of the knife, whereas with the Southard, it's, you know, it's right there. It's at the end. So yeah, so really good handle to length ratio. I think the blade shape is awesome. I think it's perfect. Okay, I won't say perfect for everything, but it's a good shape for general cutting. You've got a long sweeping belly that runs the whole length. You've got a decently robust tip. It's a hollow grind, but it's fairly high hollow, so it's not, you don't get this really fine pointy tip. Mine's been sharpened a little bit, so you do get, you know, decently fine tip, but also kind of, it's a perfect kind of middle ground tip. Again, something comparing that to the military, with a flat ground blade, you get a much pointier, much more fine tip with that. This isn't going to focus. But you get a much more fine, pointy tip, which is also actually really good for some things. This is going to be better for, you know, digging out splinters or any kind of precise cuts you want to do. But again, you know, the Southard has its benefits. I love the finish on this. This one is made in Taiwan, and as most people know, some of Spyderco's best knives are from Taiwan. The stonewash on this is really good. There are some scratches on it. If you hit it in the right light, you can see it on that side, and there are some scratches along the line right here from me sharpening it. But the stonewash is really nice. It looks really good, and the titanium is nicely stonewashed and nicely finished. Looks good. People complain about the clip being shiny versus the titanium, but I actually like it because I think it's, you know, you have the shininess of the nut of the blade, and then this tiny bit of shiny back here. You have the dark brown and then dark brown. I like the patterning that's done. It's nice. I like the 3 cutouts here instead of just the one big one. I feel like that's just another level of detail that they didn't have to do that they did. This liner is skeletonized. You can see that in there. But the titanium side is not skeletonized at all, which again I don't really care if it's skeletonized because it's a fairly small knife. It's not heavy, it's not super light. I don't really know the weight offhand. I don't know the blade length either, so you can look that up. But obviously it is a flipper. That's nothing new. I don't have to tell you guys it's a flipper. But I like the way that the flipper is designed because it's designed perfectly in 2 different ways. I don't really like the way that Zero Tolerance has been doing their Hinderer flippers, where it's got the little point on it, because I feel it's pointed in the opposite direction you would think it would be. It kind of curves up and points this way instead of curving and pointing that way, because if you put your thumb on it, it should be rounded where you put your thumb for comfort. Now this, again, I feel like if this was kind of, imagine this turning around, I think it'd be even better, but as it sits, it's pretty good because I can put my finger and it curves in right here, and if I flick it like a light switch, then I can just flip it out. You can do it that way, or if you want to do the building up the pressure side of it, you can just push on the flat here, and you can actually just deploy it really quickly if you just build up some pressure. It does run on a bearing system similar to the the 560. I believe the bearing system is similar, where it's a washer with inset bearings. I haven't taken it apart, so I don't know. But it's smooth, and I like how smooth it is, because the thing I didn't like about the 560 is it was kind of too smooth. Same thing with the tilt. It was cool at first, but after using it, it felt just, I don't know. I think it was more the size of the blade and the weight of the blade. I mean, I can get this one to close on itself, but with the 560 and the tilt, they just floated closed. And I like the way that this is tensioned better, and I think it's probably because the smaller blade and a decently tensioned lock bar. That I think also adds to the easiness that it is to flip. But I think the tension on it's perfect. I like the way that was done. I would like to get some maybe flat screws. I don't necessarily like how the screws look like they're inset, but that's kind of a nitpicky thing. I like how the scale matches the titanium, even though I think this is steel. I could be wrong. It matches it, matches the titanium side. It could be titanium. I don't know. I haven't checked. I don't have a magnet on hand, but the jimping on top is kind of, it's not really useful for jimping, but I don't really care because I don't really need it. Fits in the hand pretty well. I like the choil. It's, you know, works pretty well. It's not a choil, is it? I don't know. Finger groove. Works pretty well. Keeps, you know, good hand, good handle. I don't know. I like it. But anyway, this is one of my favorites. It's been one of my favorites for a long time. I hope that I can continue to use it and keep one. I'm sure there's some details I missed. I'm kind of rambling. Sorry, I haven't done a video in a while, so if there's any specific questions you have, let me know. Oh, the steel. It's the steel is 204p. 204p is analogous to M390, except it's what they call third generation powder technology. So you know, finer grain structure and all that jazz, but it's like M390. So it's good high hardness steel, holds a good edge, long time, corrosion resistant, all that. I feel like I'm dragging on here a little bit, but so I just wanted to make a video on this, throw it up, and if you have any questions, let me know. I won't keep you here any longer. It's already 11 minutes in, so I'll just give you a quick look at it if my camera will focus. Probably not. Too close. Let's try that. There we go. Lockup is good. Doesn't go any further than that. No matter how hard you slam it, doesn't go any further. Which is good. Alright. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time.